Hello, Algebra 1, Period 6. We're going to go through our samples for Lesson 9.3a. In this lesson, we solve by graphing using the zeros of the function to graph the solution. So our one and only sample today will be to graph the solution to x squared minus 8x plus 15 equals 0. We're going to use our factoring method first to find where the x-intercepts are. So we see using our x method that this equation factors into x minus 3 times x minus 5 equals 0. We set each of those factors equal to 0, and we find that x is equal to 3 or 5. So here we are using our zero product property, setting each factor equal to 0 to find those x-intercept values. So what we're going to do next is create a table of values based on those x-intercepts we have just located, the zeros of the function. So we know that when x is 3, y is 0. We know when x is 5, y is 0. We just found that out up here. So all we need to do is to find a number exactly halfway between 3 and 5. It's easy to think of a number exactly halfway between 3 and 5. That number is 4. However, sometimes it's not so obvious. So when it is not quite so obvious, one number is exactly halfway in between our intercepts, we simply add those two numbers together, and then we're going to divide by 2. So 3 plus 5 divided by 2 is 4, and that gives us our vertex x value. In this case, we probably didn't have to go through that averaging process, but we can always use that if it's not obvious what number is exactly halfway in between your intercepts. Then we've used our middle column here to work out when x is 4 that y is negative 1. And then we're going to plot those 3 points on our graph, and that's what we're doing over here. We have our 3 points, 3, 0, 4, negative 1, and 5, 0 plotted on our graph. And we're noticing that the values x equals 3 and 5 are the x-intercepts on the graph. Those x-intercepts are the solution to the equation. So we're finding the solution basically two different ways, using factoring as well as showing those solutions on a graph. And the point of this lesson is to notice that those x-intercepts on the graph of the parabola are the solutions to the quadratic equation set equal to 0. Okay, please review the sample in preparation for today's quiz, and when you're ready, then go ahead and find the quiz for this lesson on Google Classroom and submit it when you're done. We'll see you next time.